been a really great journey for Shin Yubin, and she really carries her team forward. And talking about Sun Ying-sha, 2 consecutive Olympic silver medals, of course, and there's a rivalry that she has with her own countryman actually, and that is Wang Manyu. Along with, of course, she has combined extremely well with Wang Chuqin to win the mixed doubles events obviously in the last 2 Olympics. So a glittering career on the one side, but you've also got Shin Yubin. But from a Korean perspective, I'd like to say that this is definitely a much better performance, because the last time it wasn't a memorable campaign back in Kazakhstan. So when they had played the championship in Astana last year, Korea unfortunately had finished sixth, and it was a difficult result for them. They had lost to India in the quarterfinals. Then they went into the 5th to 8th place classification, won one of their matches against Singapore. Then they stumbled, of course, against DPR Korea in the final playoff as well. So a better performance. They are definitely in the top 4 here. So Korea will definitely come in with their heads held high, but they also know that there's a challenge before them, and the challenge begins by facing the world number 1, Sun Ying-sha.
While you definitely narrate a big story here of the stats, on the other table some interesting matches are going on.
Oh yes.
India taking on DPR Korea, Iran men's team, Iran versus again Korea there, and we could see Manav Thakkar this time is opening the first match for India.
Yes, it's actually Manav Thakkar taking on Ham Yu Song there, as India and Korea take on one another, and that is again a classification match for the positions from 5th to 8th. And on the other table, just adjacent to it, is Republic of Korea taking on the Iranian team, and it's again the man who lit up yesterday's tables, I would say. He is there, and that is Benjamin Farazi is taking on An Jae-hoon. So while we are going to watch this classical encounter, hopefully, which unfolds on table number 1, we will also keep an eye on the other tables. There's also a match that's going on between Macau, China and Kyrgyzstan. That's, of course, among the classifications for the 17th to 18th place. That's also very important, because these are emerging teams and they are trying to overcome, or rather they are trying to come up the ladder.
Oh yes, absolutely. Coming back to action on table number 1, Sun Ying-sha in the red t-shirt, Shin Yubin in black and blue outfit there. It's an interesting outfit.
Oh yes, and we can see even the Korean men are wearing something similar. So it's something about the Republic of Korea, isn't it? It's their artistic touch that has also gotten so popular around the world. The K-pop dramas are, of course, very popular. We all, of course, talk about the Gangnam Style, which released back in 2012. So yes, Republic of Korea have stretched, or rather they have spread their culture through these little things all round, and now if they're going to do that in fashion, it's only a matter of time that we all start copying them as well.
Right now, talking about copying, I am still yet to cope up with the yesterday's match between Benjamin Farazi versus Lin Chae-dong. It was such a one of the best matches, is something what we have seen so far in the tournament.
Yes, and now we are getting ready. It's going to be Sun Ying-sha who's got the serve first up. Facing her is Shin Yubin. Here we go. Semi-finals are underway, and it's China who have gotten off the mark immediately. Now, Sachin, here's a question. Yes, we've kept focusing on the fact that China, of course, are the leading nation in table tennis, but put yourself in Shin Yubin's shoes. What are you thinking? What are you approaching? I would say, think like Benjamin Farazi.
Yes, absolutely. So while the stat shows that Sunny Shah has beaten 7 times in 7 encounters. But I guess on your day, or maybe when you're preparing for such events, and in fact they prepare for such kind of events only, so there's hardly a difference between number 1 and 13. Maybe in terms of rank and all there's a difference, but it's all about that what is the kind of temperament you have. And look at the stroke that Yubin has just displayed. I don't think so anywhere Yubin is lesser than Sunny and Shah. It's all about the right mindset, it's all about the right temperament and belief that you have that you can do it, and keep doing it repeatedly till you get that last point.
Yes, on her own right, she has been a champion herself, Shin Yubin. This time it just hits the top of the net and it goes out. But looking at what Shin Yubin has also achieved, it's incredible that at the age of 14 she made her debut back in 2019. It's just over 6 years since she walked into the Republic of Korea national team, and here she is at the age of 21. And that's what, right? When you start so young and table tennis allows you that opportunity, you become a veteran by the time you're in your early 20s. And then you can build on that experience, and possibly in your mid 20s is when you really hit your peak.
Yes, absolutely, and you require that early years. I would say between 4 to 10. Early years you require to understand, to I would say put your footwork, hand and body coordination into your muscle memory, and most importantly, understanding the spin of the ball, the racket touch, the different kind of rubbers, and post that actually your international journey begins. So it's depend upon player to player, as we have seen that kids who have started. One of them, child prodigy, is Harimoto, who started pretty young at the age of 4 and 5, and beaten world number 1, the dictator Malong, at the age of 14. And you could see Sunny Shah leading by 3 points, and this is where there's a quality of the difference that comes in, that if these balls start something what Yubin is trying to displace her more on the forehand, if these balls starts getting more onto table, there could be it's not surprising that tables would actually turn up and Yubin can go higher. Oh, it was a beautiful spinny backhand signature, I would say, from Sunny Shah. Very, very strong player on backhand.
In sport, generally, when things happen unexpectedly, we also say that tables can turn. Well, that takes an even deeper meaning here in this sport. Table tennis, after all, you're playing on the table. But just also focusing on what Korea have been able to achieve over the last few years. We spoke about their culture, how they have become so popular around the world thanks to their television series, music, etc. But we've also got to appreciate what they have been able to achieve in sport as well. They hosted the Football World Cup in the early 2000s. Their football team is very good. They've produced some fantastic players. We've seen Korean players do well across different sports. Their hockey team also has been doing well at the Asian level. They've been contenders around the globe as well. So they seem to have a system where they are encouraging young children to pick up sport, and that is something that's really worth emulating. It's really great. Seems to have just hit that a little bit out wide. Few youngsters now in the crowd.
Taken out time on Tuesday morning to watch semi-finals and other position matches between the best teams across Asia.
Yes.
8-4. Sunny Shah comfortably leading by 4 points.
Yeah, it's a comfortable lead, all right. And as you know, that Shin has never beaten Sun Yun Shah in her career. They have faced each other 7 times, with their first match going way back in 2018.
This time, ripping backhand, the ball, the receive was not tight, and Sunny Shah didn't wait to finish that ball with a power smash.
Easily done. by the looks of things, and that's what the scoreboard will also indicate. It's 11-4 in the first game, and the world number one is on her way. Sun Ying-sha, one of the real greats of modern table tennis, is here in Bhubaneswar to make her mark for her team, for her country. At the other side, you've got obviously Shin Yubin. But now, just looking at what the Chinese coach may be trying to convey to Sun Ying-sha, yes, that is the planning, right? You are on top, you're doing very well, you're world number one, and you have got the better of your opponent in this semi-final so far. So, but you still want to keep your foot on the accelerator and not take it off. You don't want to press on the clutch or the brake, and that is what the coach would be continuing to tell her.
And on the other side, good news for Indian fans. Manav Thakkar got the first game against Song, 11-6, and leading by 7-3 in the second game. But there's a different tale on a different table number 3, where An Jae-yoon has got the first game against Benjamin Farazi.
Oh yes, in fact, back then, some time ago, it was quite neck and neck. It was 7-5. So in the last phase of that game, Jae-hoon has really dominated. So Farazi, just up against it over there. Sometimes it's also about coming back and focusing on the next one. What a shot! Look at that. It's classic. It's textbook, and it's something Sachin would continue to pass on to his students.
Yes, absolutely. This is the result of thousands and thousands of multi-ball that Chinese players go through, and it goes so much deep into their muscle memory that they can play these kind of strokes in their sleep. But bit of a change brought in by Yubin with that shovel service onto the forehand. Bit slide out there.
Yes, you spoke about the Chinese system. It's like they prepare for almost everything. But for now, just slowing the pace a little bit, and that is what actually gets Shin that second point. So it's the first time that she's taken the lead in this match. She was nowhere close to the lead in the first game.
Yes, it's all about understanding the serve a little bit, and to see if you can get on to the serve. Right now, the way Shubin picked up his serve with banana there, you can be really comfortable in the match, because the way Chinese dominate the table is, it starts with the service and starts with the receive. That's where their domination begins, and over after that, with their powerful strokes, they psychologically dominate the table. And missing out on these kind of backhand is actually costing Yubin the first game, and this is where I was talking about the belief comes in, that you can do it, and if you can really put these kinds of ball on the table, there's the chance that you can actually do wonders. Beautiful shot by Yubin, 4-2 lead, that's great. And on this other table, Manav Thakkar has got the second game here on comfortably on 11-5.
Yes, and he's up against some really spirited players there. You know, we've seen some great performances from the DPR Korea men's team, of course. It was so good yesterday. What a shot! It was there asking to be hit, and look at that, Shin didn't even move. In fact, if anything, there was an acknowledgement from her that she was soundly beaten.
You should appreciate such strokes so that you can move on to the next one.
Yes, and now then, he may have conceded the early lead, but Sun now being ruthless. And this is the Chinese machinery, isn't it? They just continue to produce these superhuman table tennis players. The system is so entrenched, and it just identifies all those promising players from a young age, and this time it's just a little bit out wide, and now Sun has taken the lead, order restored for her. Well, when you look at the Chinese system itself, there are millions playing, and out of those millions, if some of them, what a hit! Yet again, that big booming forehand winning that point, and now a 2-point lead. So talking about the Chinese system, they've got millions of players, and even if some of them go to other countries, they'll be the top players in those countries. That's how much talent you'll find in that one country alone.
Yes, absolutely. You rightly said that there's so much of talent sitting out there. They are already spreading across the world. You would see a lot of players in US team also stemming out of China. Australian team also has Chinese players. But as far as the China is concerned, they are only concerned about only one thing: producing Olympic gold medalists, nothing short of that. And when you have that kind of a goal, you prepare the system backward, that what all does it take to get that gold medal, and in that process you eliminate the non-performers from the performers, and you keep putting on the muscle behind it. So when you see only Olympians playing in it, such an inspiration for the other members.
There's a good serve there by Shin, manages to get a point. Well, talking about that, of course, when you've got that system and you identify those players, and when there's a goal that's big and everything is channelized towards it, now that's again another good passage of play for Shin. She's level proceedings again at 7-all. So this is a good fight in this game, one would say, but she's got to maintain that intensity and move forward.
Absolutely. Now this is where you will need to get a belief that yes, she's going to get this game. She is going to fight for the every point, not going to make those errors. Because at this level, if you make the errors on the first 4 balls, there is a high chance that you won't be able to win it, because Chinese are very, very consistent. Sunny and Shah is so consistent. You see, first 4 to 5 balls, Sunny and Shah, no way she's going to give it to that spinny backhand that she has, and what she glides on the table. She literally flies. You could see that muscle memory, that movement is so much fitted into their muscle memory that the other person has to really, really be focused and determined to get the point. And with this, now ripping backhand, 2 points lead, 9-7. On the other side, Anjayu leading by 3 points, 8-5. Manav Thakkar has got the second game, leading by 2 points in the third game, 5-3.
Look at the intensity. Amazing intensity from both the players. But ultimately, it was Sun who triumphed in that 16-shot long rally. That's a super statistic for you. And Sun has now got game point to go up 2-0 in this first match.
Beautiful placement there by Yubi. It's placed her onto the forehand, and easily she just waved out the ball onto the backhand. Sunny Shah didn't even try to come onto that ball. She knew that the story ends there, on the forehand placement only. Sunny Shah to serve, 2 game points. And with that error, Sunny Shah again 2-0 up, repeating the story, moving towards her 8-0 victory. Yubin has to do something really different. She has to control these first 4 balls, really like an eagle there, that you cannot miss out on your target.
The Korean coach just passing her tips along to Chin over there. He's trying to tell her that she's got to focus. Yes, you're up against one of the big players, and on the other side, Sun Ying-sha, you spoke about producing Olympic gold medals, but fortunately for her, she's not won it. But she's won silver medals. But who has she lost to in the final? The last time she lost to Cheng Meng, her own countryman.
Yes, absolutely. So Cheng Meng is no less. Again, she is a much more fierce and consistent player, and specifically talking about Cheng Meng, what do I say about that deceptive tomahawk serve she does? She reverses the racket. She does that service on the extremes of the table. you would have no idea how to play those serves. First of all, that fierce eye movement, the way she focuses onto a ball, and then placement of the service.
And also, we lost to Peng Meng even in the 2020 Olympics in Tokyo. So it was two back-to-back finals that she lost. But again, you lose it in the singles, no problem, because she won the gold along with Wang Chuqin, of course, in the mixed doubles last year in Paris. He also won the team gold in Tokyo and Paris. So one way or the other, she's produced the goods for her country. And yes, I know they look at the gold medal, but silver is no less, of course. Silver is amazing. Having said that, we also know the theory, or rather, it is very. It's a well-known fact that the bronze medalists generally end up happier than the silver medalists because you have won the bronze in that contest, but you lose the gold to get the silver.
Oh, beautiful placement by Yubin. Where have you been all this while? Leading by 3-0.
Yes, it took her a little bit of time to warm up actually, and I think just getting into her stride right now. That was a very good counter, impressive. This actually tells you the kind of talent that she has and why she's rated so highly back in Korea.
Yes, and this is the kind of game she would expect her to play. Beautifully.
Wow.
All the three strokes were just class. Nothing short of that. Perfect length, perfect movement. A little shot onto the forehand. Ball was almost on the grip of Yubin. Now that's the kind of a game I would love to watch. And Yubin would want to play that. Even if you are missing onto a point, you're very close to it. You're fighting for every ball.
It's 5-1 now, so finally Sun has broken that streak that Shin was on.
A short service. Pressure on the world number one.
Yes, and
Receiving.
this is very impressive from Shin. Very, very good. You talk about being impressive, but look at that effectiveness. For the vacant corner and just managed to hit it there.
And here, good news for Indian fans. Manav Thakkar has won 3-0.
Once again, another backhand getting that point.
Coming back to the backhand. Oh yes, absolutely. 7 points lead here.
Oh, she just tried to jab at it actually, not even tried to cut it, but she just tried to jab at it. It's gone a little bit out. The second point now for Sun. But this has been a game to remember. Got to now
Oh,
focus.
that's a lesser spinny push this time. Sunny Shah a little short onto the backhand. 8-3. Sunny Shah missing her backhand rhythm. Yes. Even now you could see that when you're down with 4 to 5 points, it could generate a lot more pressure there.
Maybe it was something that the Korean coach also pointed out and conveyed it to Shin that you can go and attack on her backhand. They had quite an animated chat earlier. And what placement! What placement! It was a block, and the key was not just getting your ball onto the racket, but also giving it the right direction and placing it away from Sun.
If I were to talk about that point, it was a perfect class setup. A deep slice onto a backhand, a long cut, and then ready for that power shot for the placement on the forehand. Okay, now she is a blocker.
With that fantastic rally, it is now 11-4, and finally Shin has won a game against Sun in this encounter. Boy, this is amazing. This is absolutely fantastic. That rally itself, and I've got a stat for you, and I've got to throw it out here. Out of the 7 matches earlier, Shin had won only 3 games out of 7 matches against Sun. This is the 4th time that she's been able to take a game off Sun. So an achievement on its own, but the quality with which she has done it, fantastic.
Absolutely. When you see this is the kind of game you got to play absolutely a perfect setup. You could see smile also on the Korean coach there. Much more relaxed that you are playing absolutely perfect game. Go for it. You can do it. Perfect placement. Your receives are fine. Your blocks are fine. Just maintain the rhythm. Don't hurry up. Wait for your turn to turn the table. Players are reporting back for their 4th game. Sunny Shah, after that 3rd game, would be under a little pressure, but they have been trained with such pressure a lot of time, specifically because they belong to a squad called Marvelous 12. Marvelous 12 are the players. It's a squad, a tiny squad there where they keep only the best performers who have gone through multiple levels of deeper training.
Yes, and it's a good start for Sun there with the backhand, managing to get that point and get things going. Unlike the previous game where Shin had started with a 5-point lead, all right.
A bit of a change in the toss spin. This time she didn't go for a power attack, just spin the ball on the 3rd line. A great change she brought in.
Now, if you were a Republic of Korea supporter, then you would have had a look at this. So the last 2 times that these two faced, come back to that, and what a backhand. This is good from Shin. She has just shifted gears and come into a very good space. So at the WTT Champions Frankfurt in 2023, Sun won 3-1. So it was the first time actually that Shin had gotten a game off her. You all know. Then the last time they played each other was at the championship finals in Doha this year. It was 4-2 to Sun, but she won 2 games. That's Shin there. Shin won 2 games, of course, against Sun. Now she's won 1. If you're looking at the sequence, then the Korean fans will say, make it 3. It was 1, 2, now make it 3 here.
Yes, she can. She has the possibility of making it 3 today. She is absolutely in the right flow.
Yes, the flow is good, the form is good, and you can just sense that she's watching the ball. It's always about seeing that ball, right? You know, it can be as elementary as that. What a placement, yet again. He looked at it on our screen and we also looked at it on the table, and just to get a sense of how good Shin was over there. Tremendous.
Yes, I guess she's repeating. She has got on to Sunny Shah's game. She is constantly pushing her to a backhand and deep forehand. Sunny Shah with that short serve, came heavily with the low backhand there. So Delhi, Sunny Shah to serve, 3-4. Yubin would definitely want to take this point to keep the momentum going. It's a beautifully read service. Went for that banana. And something what I've seen that whenever Yubin converts forehand from the banana, after doing that banana, she gets a much more tighter hold on to the rally. Missing out.
Ma misses the serve. Gosh, when you fault on your serve, it really hurts you. It really hurts you because you've got that under your control completely. You're not reacting. You're the one setting the pace. And if you make a mistake, it can also haunt you sometimes.
Obviously now Sunny and Shah leading with 2 points. Lubin taking a timeout. Good decision.
Yes, a timeout will help her recalibrate her strategies. Just as you can see that Sun may be inching ahead, and because this is such an important game. Now, looking at the action from the other tables, and let me also give you a bit of an update over there. As Sachin mentioned earlier, India have taken a 1-0 lead against Korea, that is the DPR Korea, and Manav had beaten Ham Yu Song 11-6, 11-5, 11-9. The second match has started there. The first game is going on. Manush Shah is leading 6-4 against Ri Jong Sik.
Absolutely, and
Sachin, sorry for interrupting, but on the other table, Benjamin Farazi lost the first 2 games, but in the third one, it's now past the deuce. It's now 12-11. In fact, by the looks of it, he may have even won that. Just a confirmation for you.
yes, in the third game, yes, Farazi has got the third game there.
Yes, he got it 13-11.
And coming back after the timeout, Sunny and Shah to serve. Heavy backhand, back to back. Cross court and down the line. And point is yours. At a blink of a second. Can you imagine how fast this game is?
Well, if you want to get a sense of how fast this game is, then whoever's in Bhubaneswar, then come and join us. Look at that.
Look at this power shot. The way she played into the body.
When we are at a distance, we can actually see the table tennis balls. But here, backhand shot winners, the percentage is good for both of them. 71% Sun, and a little bit ahead is Shin at 75. But this time, because of that, the percentage is going to go a little bit low now for Shin. That backhand not landing on the table. 2 points away now, Sun, from sealing this deal. Make that 1 point away.
Match point, 6 match points rather, to Sunny and Shah. And with that error, Sunny and Shah has comfortably maintained 8-0 lead now over Chin Yubin. This is where what we were talking about, Krishnath, that it's all about the mindset. The way she played the third game, the placement and the mindset and the rhythm was completely there, but it was easily broken in the fourth game. The way Sunny and Shah came with the 2 back-to-back points with a heavy backhand puts a lot of pressure there, and that's the kind of practice Chinese player does. That they put in so much of pressure on themselves only, but in such situation, it becomes a popcorn kind of a situation for them. And Manush Shah taking on first game, and here we have Stupa stats about the winners of Sunny and Shah. Lot more on the backhand side, almost 30%, and you could see the fireworks and the showers of backhand there. 30% on the backhand and 30% onto the middle. You could see that backhand and the center is somewhere she has given a lot of home.
Read more about table tennis on my blog, pingsunday.com. Get free ebook and coaching advices. See you in the next video.